Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and this is Season 1, Episode 9 of Deadwood. Last we saw, Kristen Bell is no more. I don't remember her character's name, but it doesn't really matter. Her and her brother, who I'm assuming was her boyfriend, basically got called out for the con artists they were. And I rewatched that scene. That is extremely violent and brutal. You're watching my first time reaction, so it's kind of like taking me by surprise. Having gone back in the edit and rewatched that, that whole scene is very specifically detailed. Kristen Bell looks so horrifyingly out of her mind. Like she's barely hanging on, just like moving around. And same with her boyfriend. And like the whole scene is just very on the edge of your seat crazy. I didn't realize how crazy it was till I watched it in the re-edit because I'm watching it for the first time, so like I'm not prepared for it. But this time I was prepared and I'm noticing every little detail. That scene is incredibly violent, but awesome. That was a good deal of the episode was Powers Booth finding that out, you seeing how far he's willing to go. Joni, you see, is like basically like does whatever he says and has to, and she literally says it towards the end, please just kill me, because if you don't kill me I'm gonna kill you, or like do something else. And clearly very unhappy with her situation, but knows that like Powers Booth will have her killed or kill her if she tries to escape or leave. He's basically saying in so many words, I will buy you whatever you want and do whatever I have to do, but you're my girl, and that's it. Very difficult situation she's in. He's a very scary character, much more dark and evil at this point than Schillinger. Schillinger made basically an agreement with Timothy Oliphant, Bullock, said Montana, however you want to call him, said like, hey, let's like be buddies and let's work together because like we're going to need each other. But Schillinger's doing it more so for himself, but they are both having things to gain from this. Right at the end, we think Trixie might make a run for it, or I thought she was going to go upstairs and kill Schillinger or something. But no, rich woman gives her a chunk of gold, basically her way out. And what does she do? She goes back to Schillinger. She basically goes like, here's a chunk of gold. I could have left you, but I didn't. Basically showing my loyalty. But like, oh my God, if I were her, I would have left. Maybe there's more to it. I don't know. We're just going to jump into this, guys. This is Season 1, Episode 9, Deadwood. Big chunk of gold. Is he now realizing she's a pretty good girl? I should probably be a little nicer.
Fucking magistrate Claggett will impart to me the attitude towards the settlement of him and his fellow lying fucking thieves at the territorial legislature at Yankton. How hard is the legislature going to squeeze our balls with regard to our title and properties, huh? You have to do a lot of things you don't fucking want to do. Many times, that's what the fuck life is. One vile fucking task after another. But don't get aggravated. Then the enemy has you by the short hair. I can hope those will be appearing on a regular basis.
No.
What?
No. How's your arm?
It's all right.
Don't fucking try doing away with yourself again, huh?
That's his way of being like, I care about you, you son of a bitch.
This is Ellsworth, who found the gold on your claim.
How do you do, Mr. Ellsworth?
Pleasure.
And this is Sophia.
Pleasure, Sophia.
I'm grateful for your expertise and keen eyesight.
Luck's what you want to congratulate me on, Miss Garrett.
Till you decide how you want to develop it. Ellsworth can spend time enough at wages on your claim to sustain your ownership.
I notice if I understand what you just said.
He'll explain it all to you. Toward a future point, when you tell me my thinking's so consistently wrong-headed, it's a waste of your valuable time having to deal with me.
In any case, I know you have many claims on your attention.
A couple.
Just bang already.
Thank you very much.
And under a rock down there, I found other pants of mine that I thought I'd lost. At seeing as I gets drunk and, on occasion, shits myself, I figured that must be how I lost them in the first place. It must have been the night that Mr. Hickok was killed. Now I recall that Mr. Hickok, he gives unto me a letter for me to put in the post, but What with all the hullabaloo and me getting drunk, I forgot about the whole thing.
What?
Until I found my pants.
So I'm to believe that's a letter written by Wild Bill Hickok just before his murder by the coward McCall?
Just minutes before, sir.
Addressed to whom?
His wife, sir.
Oh, that's right. I do. Oh, that was the letter he was writing. I was confused for a
No,
second.
sir.
At least that eliminates tampering from the list.
Of what, sir?
Crimes in which your inebriation and sloth as my employee has implicated my hotel. Not a word of this to anyone.
Sir.
Is Farnham thinking it's got
Good.
value? Because it probably
Hearty
does.
congratulations on your new venture.
Take a while to find out if those are what's in order. Being this is the first day of my enterprise, I wore this frock coat.
Very flattering.
You don't think it looks stupid?
Not to me. No.
Mr. Doherty all of a sudden stumbled, and in grabbing its scrub to steady him, I saw a color beneath.
Now she's gonna go. What a coincidence.
Ain't you a little doll?
She's formed an instant attachment. My brother and my father are aware of my situation, and my husband's parents. I've no idea as to the prospect of their involvement.
Well, blood don't always prove loyalty. But you're gonna need some people on your side, Miss Garrett, because I believe you got a big one on your hands.
Yeah.
I believe Mr. Bullock's on my side,
No question about that.
and I believe you are too.
Utter freight and postal delivery service. That's what happens when you drop a fucking stitch. This freight and delivery service should be opened by Persimmon Phil as a cover for his other fucking activities.
He's dead.
I know he's dead now.
Well, if you don't know, nobody does.
I should have brought in a replacement, is my fucking point.
Well, you'll know better next time.
The direction of my thoughts, with the sustained fucking stupidity that you're exhibiting, I hesitate to voice them, is that you might want to train for Phil's former position.
Al, I have hoped for this conversation ever since you give me that Indian head to hide.
Johnny, so eager.
I know. Was it not my fucking idea to ask him? There's a minimal standard here, though. He'll be in the wilderness. You gotta be able to sustain a thought. You gotta be able to remember a fucking instruction.
His honor.
Oh, yeah. Hold fast your valuables.
Hey, Al, any reason I can't share with Dan the proceeds of the talk me and you just had about me taking over for Persimmon Phil?
Yeah, keep Dan in the dark. Have a seat, Your Honor.
Hey, Johnny. What's new?
I want to know how the camp stands with the legislature. And don't give me this on the one hand and on the other hand.
Assuming the new treaty, the hills will be annexed. The territory respects the statutes of the Northwest Ordinance, which state that a citizen can have title to any land unclaimed or unincorporated by simple usage. Essentially, if you're on it and you improve it, you own it.
The hills were deeded to the Sioux by the 1868 Fort Laramie Treaty.
This could mean that the land occupied by the camp doesn't fall under any statutory definition of unclaimed or unincorporated.
So who needs to get paid?
Signs of conciliation and willingness would weigh in the camp's favor. But just as important is the presence of a ad hoc municipal organization that would enable the legislature to say, Deadwood exists.
What's the right fucking number for the legislature?
There's a lot of gold out here, Al. To define right in this environment is very liable to be an ongoing process. I should tell you as well that a warrant's reached Yankton charging you with murder in Chicago, Illinois.
How much is that gonna cost me?
$5,000.
What? Back then?
If you don't mind, I'll continue writing.
That just took me by surprise. That is a lot of money. He's in a lot of shit right now.
So your fucking eyes are still playing tug of war?
This is the one to look at.
Left arm still
Your eyes are playing
useful
tug
as
of
an
war.
old man's dick.
Do I have a strange odor about me?
What is that, a clever way of saying you smell whiskey on my breath?
No.
Either your
Is he having
fucking
a
eyes
stroke?
takes me for hiding I'm drinking again occasionally, it's sadly mistaken, so desist from any clever odor references.
Do I look like a man taken from his own grave?
God damn you, preacher, don't start talking crazy to go with everything else.
Also, when I read the scriptures, I do not feel Christ's love as I used to.
Oh, is that so? That is too bad. Join the fucking club of most of us. Let me tell you something, preacher. I see you skulking around when the doc comes in. You're trying to hide your fucking eyes, trying to hide your fucking arm. You're a fucking mess. And I am in the process of wearing out my own fucking welcome in this camp, and I wouldn't expect to be around here much longer for people to be disgusted by so they don't notice what the fuck is going on with you. And you need to think about some of these things and raise your nerve to consult with the doc.
I love her. Calamity Jane is pretty awesome. I've been saying all season that this guy is probably not making it to season 2. Unless he gets help from the doc. I feel like he is... Look at like he...
Damn you, spilling my cleaning water too, minister!
This guy is just... I mean, he's not a bad guy. He's just all fucked up.
Thank you. I'm fine.
You're fine.
He's like lost his mind.
I am off duty. You're on duty. So you can go fuck yourself.
What's going on?
Be in my joint in 2 hours. We're forming a fucking government.
Yes, sir.
I believe it's time to send for my wife and boy. Treaty coming with the Sioux.
What?
Where the fuck is Merrick?
Did we know he had a wife and kid?
We don't know.
I've been thinking he's gonna hook up
Anyways,
with the
this is
rich
it. What we
chick.
spoke about before, this puts it to the test.
All right.
Informal municipal organization, not government. No, that would mark as rebellious, but structure enough to persuade those territorial cocksuckers in Yankton that we're worthy enough to pay them their fucking bribes. 2 hours, my place. You did a fucking good job here.
Hey guys, you just watched Deadwood. If you click up here, you'll go to the next part of the next episode or the next episode. Click down here, you'll see something else I do, like a trailer reaction, maybe another show I do, something like that. And click over here if you want to subscribe to my channel. Comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.